Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm probably as well as anyone else.
Yeah, So probably this interview would have been like a lot better if made personally, but crazy times, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we have the options right now, but we're doing the best we can with what we have, right?
Yeah, of course. So can you tell me like what has been your Katy Perry secret to like surviving and handling quarantine?
My secret is being compassionate with myself. And so you know, making noise whenever or saying when it's too much, being vocal. So I'm really good at asking for what I need and want,
Okay.
and for looking out for myself. But sometimes I would go to the car and I would cry because it's the only place to go to that no one else can go to. You just lock yourself in the car outside of your house.
So you have done that, like locking yourself in the car?
Yeah, because I mean, you've never lived with so many people all at once in
Yeah.
a house that you can't leave.
Yeah, I know. So
Oh,
with all this happening, like your single release, pregnancy, and quarantine at the same time, like how have you handled all these things?
I've gotten better. It's been about 3 weeks or so of kind of working again. I've learned how to do my own makeup, sometimes my own hair.
It looks
Uh,
amazing.
Thanks. I'm in my bedroom right now and I have a little setup, but I've learned how to be self-sufficient in some ways and more resourceful than I was, for sure. I was definitely, leaning on other people very easily, and now I feel like I can do more. I've learned a little bit more, but I still haven't learned how to cook. So,
Okay.
there's that.
Yeah, we always have time to learn to cook, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. But I'm grateful for this moment in some ways. I mean, obviously, I've had my moments where I've just been very overwhelmed. But I am grateful that I get to learn how to be still before I have a child, because I'm going to have to be still again once I have that child.
Yeah, I know. So lately you have been like full of surprises, and you're also about to launch a new album. Can you tell us more about the content of the album?
Oh, the record comes out August 14th,
Okay.
which is very exciting. And we'll see who comes first, my child or the record.
Okay.
It'll be a race. But I, yeah, I mean, I am trying to be innovative and interesting. The other day I did a performance in my backyard under my favorite tree, and I saw my backyard come to life in a way I've never seen it come to life. And I've been using my home studio. I mean, it's amazing the things that you find in your own house that you never knew you had, that you're utilizing now. But I'm just excited to put out music, and I think this first song from the record, Daisies, is the first right song to put out, for this record, because this record is really, it's a record about resilience and perseverance and triumph and overcoming and empowerment and joy. And this song, Daisies, is about going and living your best life and going for your dreams, no matter how big they are, or no matter who anyone says that you can. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
So I hope it's inspiring, and I hope people um, want to have it as their song when they get out of quarantine and they go, I'm not going to ever take anything for granted again, because life can change in a minute or in a night. The world changed in a night.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example, right?
Yes.
Like what we're living right now.
Yes.
And are daisies your favorite flower, or it was a
Well,
coincidence?
no, I mean, it's basically says, till they cover me in daisies. And that means till I have my last breath, to the end of my life, I'm going to stay true to myself and my dreams and my course.
Okay. So before this, you were talking about like how staying at home has made you creative with what you have. But also creativity is like very important in your music. Where do you get all like the inspiration for your music and for your videos?
Well, I mean, for this record coming out on our August 14th, is a lot of the inspiration comes from not feeling great. A lot of the inspiration comes from being depressed. And, coming out of that depression and finding light at the end of the tunnel and coming through it. So, I struggle with that. And 2 years ago, it got really intense for me. And I had to go on a journey, and look out for myself. And I had to go on a journey mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And during those 2 years, I wrote these songs, and they're a good reflection of coming out of a dark place and finding the light again.
So the whole album will have like the Daisy's feeling?
Not the whole. I would say it would probably be like 65%.
Okay.
Some of it is really about love.
About love. That's amazing.
Well, that's the universal feeling.
So how has been the experience of making music and also like being a new mom? I think you need to be very creative, like to mix these things.
Yeah, I mean, I love my body, and my body is very strong. So I'm so grateful for that. I don't have to lay in bed, even though I like to sleep in. But I think that I'll know more in a few months when it's really real. I think my whole life is about to change, and it's going to be a big surprise. And I'm just trying to prepare for that every day. But that's why I wanted to put the record out in August and this year and not delay it till next year, because my whole life is going to change after I have a child. I'm going to go back into quarantine in some ways. And I want people to be able to have music this summer to dance to and to feel good to and to dream to.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say that because like with all the things happening, I hope I'm wrong, but it may take a long time for us to see you again on tour, right? So.
Well, I wasn't planning on touring this year, but nobody's touring this year.
I know. But can you tell me like one of your biggest like stage moments that you remember?
My biggest stage moments that I remember? Well, in America, we have this thing called the Super Bowl, and that was really big. That was the biggest thing I've ever done performance-wise. But anytime I ever come over to Mexico, it's wild. It feels like I'm playing the Super Bowl every single time, because the fans are so excited and so passionate and so wild. I mean, it's like they really are so full of emotion all the time.
Yeah.
Intense. I mean, the passion is not lacking in Mexico.
And have you ever thought about doing a song in Spanish, at least a chorus or something?
Yeah, I mean, I love the language, and if I were to actually apply myself and sit down to learn one language, it would definitely be Spanish.
Okay.
But I have yet to apply myself.
Okay, so I hope that song comes soon.
Thank you.
Right. Well, thank you for your time, Katy.
Thank you for your time. God bless you. Stay safe.